Hello and welcome to another update video on Ethereum. So yeah, on the Ethereum chart here on the daily time frame, kind of makes sense to just take a look at this first for the overall context. What we're dealing with here is a potential ABC structure. Okay, so the B wave pullback that you can see here probably has not started yet. So we're still watching for evidence that this might start. It's obviously, as long as we hold above key levels, which I shared over the last few days on the smaller time frame, there is no evidence that this pullback has started. We shouldn't even expect it, right? We can watch for it. We can watch for evidence. But yeah, for now, the overall focus can still be on higher prices for potentially one more high. At least that potential exists. So this A wave might form one more high. At the moment, the A wave is a 3-wave move up, which is absolutely okay. From an Elliott wave point of view, A waves can be 5 waves and A waves can be 3 waves. Both are plausible interpretations. If the A wave is a 3-wave move, then it's less clearly bullish, but it still can be, based on the context, it can be considered bullish, especially if the B wave is a corrective pullback, which means it's forming 3 waves. If we get 5 waves down, then we have evidence that the upside reversal attempt, which started in April, has failed. And so I'm always on the watch for signals that this is happening. However, yeah, upside is preferred, as you know. I mean, I'm overall still quite bullish on the crypto space. Bitcoin has not reached its ideal targets. I talk about that in the Bitcoin videos every day, so we're looking for higher there. A lot of altcoins have promising setups. Ethereum potentially as well with this AB structure, but there is no evidence the B wave has started. There are many altcoins that are currently in important support areas. Now, we've already seen reactions to these. So maybe they're already playing out. I'm not fully convinced yet. We might see another low in the space, but as I said, still quite bullish on the space. In our weekend member live streams, I think I covered, 15 1-2 setups or so, and these are typically the ideal setups to look for. And yeah, I mean, now is the time to consider to use them, to follow them, to track them, to trade them. It's up to you, of course, to do that and also to manage your risk. That's very important. But as I said, it is a situation in which we could easily see further upside continuation. So whether this is going to be a bit of a pullback or not, I mean, if we get it, this B wave, I think, again, it will scare a lot of people. However, it would also be an opportunity. So at the moment, in the very short term, I don't think there is much to do unless you are a range trader, because the structure on the smaller time frame is currently not trending. This is just sideways consolidation, and the market has been doing that for the last 3 weeks. We are simply moving up and down in corrective patterns, and you can see this could carry on for a bit. The market has, however, failed to follow a direct move down. Now, okay, that being said, not really, because this move up is so far in 3 waves, so it's only seen as a counter trend move to maybe a first 5-wave decline from the 29th of May high. I think it would look best with a C wave down, basically like one more low. I mentioned over the last few days that assumption is the price could reach this zone here between $2,365 and $2,134, but obviously in a range that's always subject to change. We're basically just moving within range boundaries. Here, the previous swing lows at around 2,272 and 2,319. They can provide structural support, and the market has actually found support here at the previous low from the 25th of May locally. So there was some structural support there as well in a broader range. And yeah, then the upper boundary is located at 2,790, the last swing high. I mean, we're simply moving in the range. I mean, for now, I see it as an ABC structure, but any break above this swing high would indicate we're already in the 5th wave. Okay, so those are the scenarios I am tracking. Someone said yesterday, he wants a one-sided analysis. I didn't quite understand what he meant, but I just assume he was confused by the yellow and white scenarios. My answer was this is pretty one-sided. I don't normally like to do that, but it is a pretty bullish analysis, right? Both scenarios I'm tracking are currently bullish, so it is already pretty one-sided. Now, that being said, I am tracking bearish scenarios, of course, but it takes a break below 1600 support to consider that something more bearish is playing out. So until then, the idea is that we are in an A wave. I think that is very, very clear statement. Okay, the A wave might have topped. It might get one more high, but this is the same scenario. We might just see another extension, which is probable until we get further evidence that a deeper pullback is unfolding. That B wave ideally would happen at some point before we go higher, either now or after one more high. So, but there is no evidence for a deeper pullback at the moment. So I'm very, very much aware that we could get direct breakouts to the upside. Either way, the trend remains up. Okay, the scenario is bullish, and that's why I show you every single day the daily time frame, so everybody understands that further upside continuation at the moment is expected, even though we are cautious because the Ethereum daily chart is a bit messy. Yeah. But overall, that should give you all the key levels. If we get that one more direct high, the 2,911 and 3,093 levels are the next key Fibonacci levels to watch. Ethereum has been respecting them really, really well. You can see that only here a few days ago, the market tested the 161.8 extension and got rejected. That's the update on Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.